everybody. Good morning, YouTube. I guess we're gonna start a little early. I got the phone on charge, and I just pulled over to make some coffee, and I'm thinking I need to take some potassium. Yeah, do that. This crap about driving at night, boy. Taking a week and a half off, and I freaking need it. I'm so sick. I'm ready. I'm ready, Freddy. Right now, can't show you because, like I said, we're gonna do this for 30 minutes. At 6 o'clock, I'll pull over and we will get better. Do the what you call it? Not what you call it. I'll switch to um, regular driving video. Thought I was charging. I told the wife that I need to get my phone fixed because nothing's working in the charging, department. All right, let's go. I'm going to pick up my load. Man, let's see why that other truck. I see why the other truck didn't want to go out this way. It's a freaking minefield, and I don't blame them at all. Oh boy, what a but I mean, it is what it is. I'm at south of the border. I don't know if you guys know it, but south of the border is like this tourist trap at the um, South Carolina state line. It's freaking hilarious. It's all got all this Mexican stuff, and with Trump, that's probably why it's so barren. It's poor place. The poor peeps, poor peoples. Uh, but I could have drove last night, but I wasn't feeling it. I wasn't feeling it at all because I wasn't tired, but I knew soon as I said to myself, soon as I start, I said, soon as I start driving, I know I'm gonna get tired. So I pulled over and went to sleep. Make sure I'm trying to make this turn without tearing stuff up because Southern knucklehead drivers blocking the driveway. We finally got. Um, hey, Mike, I'm a little early. I thought I'm driving a little tired, but I mean, not. I don't know. You know what I mean? But like south of the border, it's got all this crazy stuff. Like it's got a south of the border convention center, putt putt golf, guns and ammo. Um, there's a little truck stop in the end. I found it years ago. You don't get too many people down here. I didn't know I could have just came here last night. Um, there's a steakhouse. What else? And there's a lot of places like a lot of these tourist traps where you can buy T-shirts, and there's a motel, and there's a big freaking sombrero. eh, You know, you could buy all kind of. It's kind of a lot of stupid stuff. I used to come through here and buy little knickknacks and magnets and things like that. Just to I guess make myself feel better about being on the road by myself. You know, as one thing, it's just hard to get used to is being on the road. Is as one thing, just being on the road. And I used to stop here and buy little trinkets for just for the heck of it. And guys, I really can't see you now, so I apologize because I got it on the mount below me. Um, but like I said, I'm gonna do that for 30 minutes. So my battery will charge up. Then I'm gonna take it off the battery and put it in the window. But again, doing this, it takes a special type of individual because it's not easy. It's not easy. And I remember, um, when I first started, even my wife now, she's like, "Oh, truckers got women in all the states." That's some bullshit. That's some bull crap. You know, I'm driving, sleeping in dirt lots, smelling like behind, and you think a woman gonna want to be bothered with me? Even when I'm smelling halfway decent, do you think? Oh, I know. Again, I'm I'm a realist. I know I'm a strong five, but ain't nobody like knocking down doors to be with me. And it's just so funny because I was talking. I'm not even gonna say their name because, but they had said something to me about those people that try to contact you online. Hello, how you doing, baby, sweetheart? That's nothing but a bot. And it dawned on me, but it dawned on me with reality. I said, look, I remember when I first started this YouTube journey, I was 300 plus. I'm looking at myself in the mirror. I said, let's be real. Ain't nobody want to be bothered with you, bro. So something ain't right with these people, looking at, hey, baby, I just block, 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 block. And come on, man. You think everybody think with their penis? I mean, really? You think everybody thinks with their penis? Come on now. But some of us still do. I got a real close friend of mine. I told him he just got married. Just mean it's been 2 or 3 years, and he on Facebook liking everybody's every woman's picture from high school. I said, bro, I said I don't know nothing about nothing, but don't do that. Stop doing that. Stop doing that. You know, you're messing yourself up. You know, I made sure I have, unless I know you, do not DM me. If I haven't physically spoken to you or had a text conversation and I don't know you, don't DM me because that's an automatic. You blocked. That's an automatic. And I try to live that way. I'm trying to be that. I'm trying to be that person that respects myself and my wife, even when she's not around. Even when she's not around. I remember when I first started out. Um, I used to have these ghetto behind women hit on me when I was at the truck stops. Oh, you got beautiful eyes. I said, man, I'll trade these eyes for anybody else's eyes. I'm blind as a freaking bat. So what? And I remember when I met Norma, and I told her just, I said, do me a favor. Do not compliment my eyes. That is the biggest turnoff I've ever had. I don't like it. I have hazel eyes, and sometimes they even turn green. I don't know why, but I'm blind as a freaking bat. So I don't, when you see people that get compliments all the time, even big folks, big back folks, then they start believing the hype. No, 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 player. I'm good. I stay humble, and and I'm not knocking myself because if I gotta be by myself, I'm gonna be by myself. But I'm not knocking myself. I'm just realizing reality. A reality check is that I am normal. I am a normal person. Because you ever notice the ones that look, hey, really good, they're ugly on the inside. They're, they're a troll on the inside. And I've dealt with people like, nah, I'm good. I'd rather have someone that's down to earth, I know got my back, and I'm more attracted to because they treat me like I'm a human being. I was looking on Facebook, and again, I know why I don't really interact with Facebook. The reels on Facebook, there's some sick behind people out there. There, there's some sick, and I repeat, sick behind people out here. One woman said, you want to make a man submissive because everybody's talking about being submissive. You know what? Men will be submissive to their wife because they don't want the bull crap. Yes, dear. Even though they know they're right. Yes, dear. Yep, you're right. You're right. Because they don't want the crap. Yes, honey. Yes, ma'am. Whatever. But if I bow down to you, that means I'm okay with you in my life. Don't take advantage of it. My ex-wife, she took advantage of it. She knew all my weaknesses. She knew. I mean, I remember back in the day, she knew I grew up watching my father beat my mother. So she knew I have a trigger. And one of the triggers is I don't like that. I don't like arguments. I don't like violence. I can give it, but I prefer not to. And she would get in my face and dare me to hit her and call me a bitch and everything. And I'd ball up my fist and walk away. I'm a whole different person now. Don't do it now. Please don't do that now. And some people just straight evil. They think they have control, but they don't know that you are only allowing a certain amount of crap until you finally break. And this one woman, she was saying, you know how to make a man submissive, call the cops on him. What? And you got women like that. That woman, Shakari Riches, or whatever her name is. Wasn't she? I don't know. I didn't see the video, but she was accosting her boyfriend, and then they got it on video because you're in the airport, and the cops came, and you're in the airport and cruise ships. is the last two places you want to be fighting. And she was going at it. He's trying his best to, I guess, get away from her. And she, and the cops say something to her, and she said, "Well, you can check the camera." And guess what? They did, and they seen that was, that look, we gonna arrest you, and you didn't even think. Being a public figure, it's just like that. The Sanders kid, man. You gotta watch it, man. People are gonna goat you into stuff. People are gonna goat you into stuff, and the guy, I guess the guy said, I don't want a press charge or whatever. And she's looking at like, you gonna let them do this to me? And see, it's the mentality. Just you're in the head. Now, I ever pass on, will you date again? I'll never. I will be if something happens to my wife, God forbid, I am never dating again. I promise you, I am never dating again. I will be single, and look, with your book, someone else in there. I'm sorry, I can't look. I got the camera on low, down low, and so I got the phone down. I am never dating again because the mentality of the people nowadays, nobody cares about nothing. I don't even think they care about themselves. And then you put it on the internet. We can't get rid of it. You say stupid stuff and you think you're right. And in the ugliest people. I mean, and I'm not even saying, I'm saying even the tens, they're ugly on the inside. The ugliest people say the most horrific things, and they think it's okay because I got a right. What right? You got a right to make a complete ass of yourself? How stupid can you be? Oh, you need to date me. I got four baby, four baby daddies. Don't say nothing to my kids. Don't correct my. Oh no, 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 nope, nope. I've seen. Oh my God. That's why now. I used to surf on other things. I stopped doing that, man. I need to go stop doing it again. And just I have to play video games till I'm tired and go to bed. In like little games on the phone. But because this and I tell you, I am a I used to be a part of that. I didn't realize it till years later what I was doing. I wanted attention so bad because I couldn't get it at home before Norma, my wife now, and I realized that the negative attention was better than no attention. And I was, woe is me, and you know how you hear those folks. That was me. Woe is me. Pray, please pray for me. Blah blah. I was going through it, and I didn't realize that maybe, just maybe, I'm a part of the problem. Now I say it to other women, but I say it about myself. I was choosing the wrong people because I had PTSD. I was choosing the people that were destined to hurt me. And sometimes you're so, oh well, that's a boring person, man. Them boring people, turn on now. I don't need your ghetto behind. We choose, and then we make these idiotic decisions, and and then wonder why we're so miserable in relationships. I tell my wife all the time, I ain't crap without her. I mean, I could be crap, but I'm not crap. I'm not nothing without her, because it's true. When you get the right rib, right whatever, you get the right partner, man. I'll do anything for her, anything, because we, man. I'm still trying to figure out, but I'm telling you, I'm still trying to figure out what the heck did I do to deserve that. Thank you. You know, all I can say is thank you. But you know, we don't. But it's an addiction to get on the line and make a complete fool of yourself. And I was soaking it up. And being an empath, it was affecting me tenfold. Not like a regular person, it was affecting me tenfold. Now I got different, um what do you call that? I got different ways to control my emotions and stuff that I've come up with on my own without having a counselor. If anybody's asking, an empath actually can catch it, can pick up certain things. I'm not an experienced empath. I always say that, but I you know I understand a whole lot. I can smell bull a mile away. I can sense it a mile away, and I don't say nothing. I sense honesty. I sense people that I can trust. I got blessed, and then someone asked me for a favor, and I didn't have it, but I gave it anyway because I said, Lord, I think I'm pretty sure this is a test, so I'm gonna follow through. I'm gonna give it, and I'm not expecting nothing back because I know this is a test, and I understand. I understand the little things. The little things, boy. Little things are, boy. The little things will get you if when you're not looking. Because if I'm gonna sit here and say I want to stay humble and be humble, I gotta act it too. I gotta show the green light too. You know what I'm saying? I gotta act like I got some sense. And and I knew this. This is a test. This is a test of the broadcasting system. This was a test, and I think I passed. But we good. We good. And I'm about to pick up my load to go home. Thank you, Jesus. And I'm gonna extend it another day because I'm gonna be out of this truck. And I was gonna come back on Sunday. I said, ain't nobody gonna be here, so I need to. I'm gonna tell her today, look, make it for Monday, so when I move back into my truck, I'll have time. And I don't know if you put me back in the same truck or whatever. Blah 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 blah. You know what I'm saying? But let's see, where we at? Oh, back down. I look down there, back down to one. I'm probably scaring folks off, but it is what it is. You know what I mean? It is what it is. But uh, let's switch up. I'm going to talk about the cruising. We're going to be going to some different ports. My birthday is going to be in Cozumel. Um, and Charles asked me what I wanted to do. I just said, look, I just want to get some fruity drinks, man. And I just want to get a good buzz and laugh and relax. I don't want to do all kind of stuff that's gonna stress me the heck out. Um, I'm cleaning out my system. I am presently on day 3 of my fast. I'm probably gonna break the fast tomorrow. I'm probably gonna break my fast tomorrow. One thing, Mike, I'm probably when I come back, I'm gonna order another one of these watches, and I'm going. I know you're a very private person, so if you need me to send it to a PO box, just let me know. I'm gonna get you one of these watches. This watch is no joke. You can answer your phone on this watch. It gives you steps. It gives you your heart rate, and guess what else it do? It checks your blood pressure, for Pete's sake. It checks your freaking blood pressure. I've been checking my blood pressure. That is freaking awesome. I wish I'd have knew that before I ordered this. I ordered this blood pressure band, because I got to keep an eye on my blood pressure. I got to keep an eye on my blood pressure, but I can check it through the phone. I was like, this thing, and then you can answer your phone, and you can actually hear the person. It ain't like super loud, but and all that's for it's like around $20. I gotta get it before Trump puts another freaking tariff out there. You know what I mean? Freaking ridiculous. And it's crazy. But I love it, man, because I used to get the Fitbits. Fitbits like 100, 200 out. Man, screw Fitbit. Sorry, Fitbit can kiss my behind. Oh shoot. But and it does it's got other things I haven't noticed yet, but I'm gonna see if I can figure it out. We're gonna figure it out. All right, now I gotta get to exit 81. Exit 81. Oh boy, I'm getting kind of depressed. Not for the regular reasons, but for growing to. I've done so much to the lawn this year, but then you know what? I'm like, okay, I got different grasses in different areas on my lawn. I'm like Ryan Noor. I don't know, y'all don't know who he is, but he's a lawn guy. I got different grass in different areas. Now I needed the grass at the top row is a Kentucky bluegrass, and it's on sale. I'm gonna drop some more topsoil up there, and I'm gonna add some more Kentucky bluegrass to that area because cool season is coming, and that bluegrass has been there for a freaking minute, man. And I didn't realize what it was. Now I know what it is. I think I'm because of growing. I love the fact that I get to play with this stuff, and eventually I'll have a uniform lawn or something close to it. Whatever grows, grows. At this point, I don't freaking care. As long as I got green. Um, I'll be cutting off the water for the week that we go on this cruise. So I'm gonna give it 3 inches of water, and then I don't want to get no water while I'm gone. And then I'm cutting it down to every other day for the next month, and after that, I'm gonna be turning it off because once it goes dormant, I'm not wasting my water no more. You know what I mean? Not wasting my water, and I'm cool with that. Oh shoot! Well, let's pull over in a minute. Okay, we got the bypass. Well, I must. Oh, I thought it was in Georgia. I'm in South Carolina. Duh. I got the bypass. This is Wake Station open, but it says bypass, so we gonna keep on going, brother. Get that. Go up to the next exit and start the morning. Start the morning ride. Oh, ah, really? You gotta be kidding me. Uh oh. I hit a button. Hopefully I didn't. I guess I lost y'all. What the heck? Sorry, I'm back. Oh, I forgot. I forgot where I'm at. Can't be playing around with this with this phone in the Carolinas. Oh boy. I'm so sick. Again, I've been doing this for a minute, but I'm sick of this interstates that is always being um, in construction. You know what I mean? Always in construction. Ain't one time where it is not. How many billions of dollars we wasted? Reinforce the ground so the trucks can do what they do, and let's keep it going. Oh, let's talk about that. Yeah, yeah, I'm back. Sorry, because what I don't understand. I guess they have sanctuary cities that allow illegals to get a truck to get a CDL. That part I don't understand because I have a certain license. I have that license that everybody's got to switch over to. I didn't know I had it. It's got a star on it, and you have to show your birth certificate. You got to have your birth certificate or passport and all this other stuff to show your license. And you know, they're giving out in certain states. They're giving out CDLs to illegals. This is not a regular license here. This is a commercial dangerous crap. See, like right now, I just got to do this quick turn. I gotta watch because the back of my trailer can knock you can knock somebody off. There's so many things that could happen. I got to go a certain speed because it takes a football field for me to stop. If I slam on the brakes, the trailer could swing around on the right or the left. It could come around and flip over, and I could kill a whole bunch of people. That's why when I first started learning, I said, you know what? I'm not going solo. What I'm going to do when I first got out here, I team drive. So you know what? I said, if the blind gonna lead the blind, I'm gonna have a second person in here, to help me out until I was ready to go on my own. So, and no, it ain't. Gotcha. It's not that. It's not that, Mike. It's just the scare tactics. Is some of these people in and the guy was telling it, and I remember because my wife is a recruiter, and she worked for a company that was recruiting Indians, and she was telling me they do what's called a bait and switch. They have one guy give you all the qualifications, but then they'll send another person in there. till they fake it till they make it. And they were telling me they do that with commercial driving. They'll have one, cause cause they think everybody's wearing a turban. They have one guy take the driving test, and then have someone else do all the driving. A non CDL driver, and he give him the license. And this is proof. Not to make a U-turn on the interstate anywhere in the United States. You're giving a death wish. You cannot make that turn fast enough on the interstate. And all the signs say do not do it. It's against the law, but you do it anyways. What is the matter with you? You could kill somebody, and and they've had people, um, and what was that in Colorado? There's a guy that went. He's got years in prison for it. He wound up killing all these people because he came down the mountainside. He came down the mountainside and lost his brakes. I remember when I was training, my trainer didn't even tell me how to go down the mountain. But what I did was I went and found the oldest mother effer in the truck stop, and I said, "Excuse me, sir. I am brand spanking new to this, and I'm terrified. I hear there's a mountain pass coming up, and I don't know what to do. Can you please, for the love of God, help me?" And my man, it was an old redneck, looked like ZZ Top. And he said, "Look," and he broke it down by mile marker. He said, "At mile marker such and such, you start slowing down. When you get to the top of a mile marker such that you get into whatever gear that you climb that mountain with, if you was in fifth gear, you stay in that gear. And on the way down, you stay in that gear. You set it to go 55. When it gets to 60, you start pumping that brakes till it slows down back to back when you get back down to 55, you let it climb back up to 65, and and then you continue to do that. You don't hold on the brake. Keep on the engine brake, and that's when we were before we had these automatics. We were shifting. He said, "Do not come out of that gear. If you come out of that gear, you're going to kill yourself because it's hard to get in." I remember one time I came out of that gear and I had to rev the engine up and I had to slam it in the gear to get it back. He said, "Do not come out of that gear." And he said, "You go down that mountainside at 35 miles an hour, don't matter what." He says, "It's better to go down that mountain, put your flash on, better to go down that mountainside slow and stay alive and keep the product behind you than than to kill yourself and somebody else." And I learned anytime I have a problem, I'll ask someone more experienced than me, what I hey, can you help me out? I remember they put me on a flatbed one time. I was like, what the heck did you put me on? And I asked the guy, he said, "Well, you need to go get this and you need to do this and you need to check that." I said, "Thank you." And I did everything my man told me to do. And look, and I'm talking to y'all, and I hate this corridor that they got here. This is freaking stupid. You see these guys blowing by me. They do not care. And I'm doing 51. Like, screw that. I'm not trying to get in an accident and tear stuff up. But now in Florida, DeSantis is made that a checkpoint because they have it's the agriculture. I think it's agriculture, something like that. And all they do is wave you on. Now they're going to stop you and see if you speak English and check your license and make sure that you're an American citizen. And I don't care about driver's license, but this big thing, bro, you gotta watch it, man. You can't be playing with this. This is something that you can't be playing with. And I don't understand. If I'm an illegal, I'm not trying to be in the limelight. I'm not going to be driving Uber. I'm not going to be driving a freaking car, let alone a commercial vehicle. If I know I got into this country illegally, I'm going to be taking cabs and whatnot and working low whatever jobs so you don't know who the heck I am. And, you know, you can say, oh, that's just Enrique. Yep. You don't know nothing about, you ain't going to know nothing about me, bro. But these people is just straight up stupid. I said it the other day. I had a Russian guy. He's a, you know, he said in broken English. He was looking for Sam's Club. And I just came. Sam's Club was staring both of us in the face. He said, excuse me. Could you that's Sam's? And I gave him this look on my face like, how do you read the signs on the side of the road? As a truck driver, you got to read these signs. You got to know where the heck you at. And I pointed straight up, right? You know, I pointed straight up, and I was like, oh my god, oh my god. But it is what it is, bro. It is what it is. Jesus, I'm just trying to focus on staying in this lane. Everybody waking up now. Shoot, everybody waking up around here. I'm gonna try to make it exit 22 in South Carolina. Uh oh, really? Try to make it exit 22 in South Carolina. So, and then head in after that. But, oh, I just found out. Look. I think I was gonna miss a check because of the weird way that I my off time. So I'm going. My bonus is coming on the second week. So you know, like I said, I got to keep this thing centered. Okay, let's try to focus on staying. Let's focus on staying in the lane. Oh boy, what the heck? 47 miles to I-40. I think 47 miles to I-40, I-40 west, and from there we'll continue to the drop. Uh, it is what it is. We'll figure out. I'll figure it out. I ain't got no choice. We're probably gonna go to 6:30, you know, and we're gonna be done. They're showing videos because I'm going on a cruise next week. They're showing videos of people, dealing with rough weather and stuff like that because um, these cruise ships don't stop. Once they get in the water, they don't stop. They keep on cruising. So they're gonna cruise through good, bad, good or bad. So we're getting ready to go on a cruise, and it's gonna be during hurricane season. So hopefully there ain't gonna be no hurricanes because we're supposed to go to the West Coast and fly out and do like, you know, remember the Love Boat? We were gonna do that itinerary on the West Coast, but I wasn't I wasn't feeling right about when all these planes were dropping left and right. So we staying on the East Coast, but we're going to Alaska next year. I got to start putting money down on that. Making me nervous, but it is what it is. Next year. So Mike, so it looks like. What you're getting ready for your winter growth season inside. So what vegetables are you getting ready for? I think that I guess if I remember right, they're called brassicas or whatever. So are you getting ready to grow your stuff inside, or are you just keeping your stuff outside for that? Because I remember you said yesterday you got one more month, and then it's time you got to start bringing stuff inside. I think next year I'm gonna get some raised planters, like one or two, and put it on my porch and set something up so I can have me a little grow area that I could just set the remote to and just keep trucking so forth and so on. But we'll see. I can't wait to go down. Oh, okay. I can't wait to go down and pick up my. I don't know. Me and these freaking these air raiders. I get Jesus. I can't wait to get it back to the house and get it in my corner and start working on it and see if I can get it started. That I know. I've been watching your videos. You like have 19 different peppers and I was like, I didn't know that many things. But then, one thing I want to try because I've seen it in we got it like an international supermarket. Is these weird looking yams. I think they're yams. I think they look like a big oversized potato, but it's not like the pink yams. It looks like a potato brown, but it's a yam because you see it. And I want to do that, and I want to learn how to make that fufu. I want to try that. And I think you beat on it or something. I'm gonna try some of those things. I don't go into Atlanta much because the restaurants in Atlanta are more like you think you're in the club. They got a DJ and everything, and then you got to pay for parking at a restaurant. That's freaking stupid. But I'm gonna start going to some of these ones on the outer up near in my area because I want to try. I want to try some new things. I want to try some new things, some new vegetables. Um, new. I want to have like new experiences. Oh, you know what I mean. I want to try some new stuff. Cause I remember I used to every time I would go to Colorado, I'd stop by this Indian place. That stuff looked scary, but it actually was halfway decent. It was actually halfway decent. It just didn't look presentable. People be like, what the hell is that? And but it was actually halfway freaking decent. So I need to learn how to try some other stuff. There was some person, I forgot her name. She's in our group. She pops in every once in a blue moon. She calls me Mr. Long Name. She said her husband, I think she lives in Hungary or something like that. Her husband, there's a beef that they chop up and beat up for so long, and they put like lemon juice or something in it, and that's cooked. Uh-uh. And I'm not eating. I've had sushi before, but I'm not really into thinking about the parasites. But they like they have that. dice stuff and you know you put lemon juice in it and it's supposed to be done. Nah, player. Nah, player. Nah, we good. We straight. You know, I'm like, nah, I'm good. Oh shoot, what the heck? Mm-mm. Turn that AC off for a minute. Oh boy. What I'm going to do is going to the main warehouse. I have a feeling the trailer is in the yard, but I'm going over here and I'm gonna park this trailer because it's more, you know, it's much easier than going to that drop yard. And then the drop yard, it's early enough. If I can't get that trailer out there, I'm just gonna wait. Hey, cruising, it's fun anytime. How you doing? How you doing? Um, that that video, that that short video that is actually um that short video that I did. It was a sail away party for Carnival. It actually, that video is actually 8 years old. I did I that that was the video that I had did when because that was my honeymoon video. And if you really look at it now with Carnival, the utility was in different races of people dancing together. That's what I miss. Everybody was dancing. I did that same exact music. I subbed in because you know if I did it, I'd get copyright. Tell me that, how stupid does that sound? But that was actually my honeymoon video because I remember and Norma didn't realize I was thinking about. I said, you know, we're going on the it wasn't the Horizon, it was the Vista. Before the Vista came to Texas, it was in Miami. And I remember I said to myself, you know what? That you know, I was contemplating asking her to marry me. I said if I do, and we're going on this cruise on that certain date, that could be our honeymoon. I remember I did that, and I never looked back. And I remember I forgot where we went to Aruba. That was great. I love Aruba. We went to Aruba and somewhere in Haiti. I think it was no. It was. I think it was Haiti. And I got a. We got two pictures from there. It was like these paintings. I wish we'd go back there because I love those paintings. I put them in the bathroom. I put them in the bathroom, and I love those freaking paintings, man. They it was like a black islander, which I think was so cute. And the thing with that, you know, another YouTube, no, it was a TikToker was saying that a lot of Americans, you know, go to these places thinking like it's America, and that goes to another part of the delusion that we have as people. We think everybody has to bow down to us. We are the most embarrassing country. We are the most embarrassing country in the world at this point. You know what I mean? And I love the Aruba had the beautiful beach. They had beautiful beaches, and Charles and them went. think it was a year or two back on a cruise where he rented that they have these motorcycles that look like choppers with a big old couch in the back, and they drove around with it was crazy. But he had mentioned it to me that he was gonna do it. He likes doing it. I just what I have this phobia of getting left. That's why I don't like to watch those the cruise um, people running for the cruise ship. I don't like to watch that. It just kills my anxiety. It just destroys my anxiety. So I like to get off the ship for about an hour, walk around, and I need to see that ship. Then I'm like, okay, I'm done, and I'm ready to go get back on that boat. I'm ready to get back on that boat because I don't want to be the one that had to be making a run for the ship or so forth and so. No, 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 no. I'm not. I don't want to be that one. Uh, I really don't. I don't want to be. I just want to. Um, I want to be less stressed, and I'd be stressing the bejesus out of myself. I'm serious. I'm serious. I'd be stressing the crap out of myself, but I can't help it. I really can't help it. Can you see all the trucks lined up on the side of the road? That's crazy. I just that's I could have drove last night. I'd have been one of them, but I was like I'm more nervous. One of my hangups is I don't want to fall asleep at the wheel. So I was like, you know what? Yeah, I see what you said. Yep, yep, yep. I got to be back on that ship. And I don't if we do an excursion, it's got to be by the ship. I'm not going on Enrique or Pablo or Mufasa or whatever, and your bus break down, and then we miss that ship. No, 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 player. Uh-uh. And it cracks me up. Now I know if we ever go on a European cruise, I'm not put. I have a wallet with a chain on it. I'm not carrying that. I'll have something strapped to my stomach under my shirt. You know what I'm saying? Because if you bump into me and you bump into me or corner me or try to, I'm breaking something off on your behind. Like that lady was nice. I'd have had that fool on the grunt. Y'all see that video where the lady had the girls twisting the ponytail, she yelling like that was gonna do something, and she don't realize that was a nice white lady. That's the that she didn't even sound like a she didn't even sound like a Karen. She's like, just give me my stuff back. She didn't even sound like a Karen. That was a nice. You dealing with the nice Caucasians, and it turns out they got arrested, and then they were back on the strip a few days later. Somebody else had a video of them. But you would get a beat down. They don't realize, especially on these cruises. There's a lot of hood. That's what the problem with a Carnival is running into, and all these other ships. There are hood ninjas and rednecks and trailer park folks. So let's put everybody in there. They are watching and realizing, hey, you know, I want to go on a cruise like all these other people doing. And you set them off. Normally, you leave them alone They're not gonna do nothing stupid. But you set them off, they're gonna break something off on you. You know what I'm saying? I watched one this and I could tell he was from the West. He had a beer in his hand. I think it was the right hand. And someone came out and he he didn't even, it was like you say two piece, but he just whop with one hand, didn't spill his beer. Didn't spill his beer. And if you just, those are the people, because I remember I was on one cruise. You could tell these not the guys to mess with. He's got the ones not to mess with. They got the John Deere caps on, or uh, cat caterpillar. They got the old. If his hat is faded and it's curled at the edge, it ain't straight out round like black folk, but it's curled at the edge, and he's got a fish hook in it. Don't mess with him. Don't mess with him. Because he ain't got nothing better to do. This guy flings around 50-pound sacks of seed, fertilizer. He's moving big rolls of hay and stuff like that. And he just wants to be left alone. He's on vacation, and if don't mess with him. He drinks moonshine on his off time, and 30 and a case, not the 12-pack, a case, 32 cans of Budweiser. Because I remember reading the one thing, some people said, I had 15 drinks, no big deal, and I said, oh, those are moonshine drinkers. Moonshine drinkers are a different category of a person. It's just like I remember, hey Urban, how you doing? I remember seeing it was on. One guy said the N word to this guy. He said, "I'll kick your N word behind." He said, "No, no, no. Okay, I want this." And he put his stuff down. Let's go, let's go. And the guy got scared. No, 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 no. I want this. Let's go. See, you gotta watch. You gotta watch. You don't know who you messing with. You don't know who you're messing with. He's like, nah, nah, I want this. Let's go. I'm like, uh-oh. That's why, like right now, everybody's like, well, what are we doing? What are we doing next? Look, look. I'm ready to get. It's an older boat. I was checking out the cafeteria. I just want to get on this boat. Right now, I'm on my third day. Was it 24, 48, 48, 50, 60? No, 48, 40, 50, 60, 68. I'll be at the end of today. I'll be I think 70 hours fasting. What's 3 days? Somebody help me out. What's 3 days? I'm fasting to clean myself out and get ready. You know, get ready to go on this ship. I'm gonna check my ketones levels and see how we doing. Um, my blood pressure's gone down. I know my blood sugar's because I ain't ate nothing. But I don't feel bad. I don't feel bad, and I don't know what made me do this. But I've been drinking a lot of liquids, and boy, talking about going to the bathroom a lot. Drinking a lot of liquids, and I notice I'm not as tired. Like right now, the sun's coming up. I'm literally waking up and ready to start the day, but I don't feel as tired. So it's crazy how that food will bring you down, especially carbs, man. And I'm starting to understand carbs is what gives me that acid reflux. It's trying, my body's trying to digest. the pretzels. I love, boy, pretzels and peanut butter. Pretzels, peanut butter, and that mixed bag. It's got like, corn chips and pretzels and Cheez-Its and all. Boy, I'm a sucker for that bag. I don't know why, but it is what it is. But I'm feeling a lighter pep in my step. So I gotta start trying to. I gotta be better and try to start being better because this mess is getting old real quick. I'll be looking at myself in the video and I'm looking at all that blubber on the side of my thighs, on my, my stomach, side of my stomach. I did a video, which was a total waste. I call it myself doing a how-to video, and all you seen was my back and my droopy drawers. And then when I look at it, I said, I'm doing a how-to video, and you can't even see what I'm doing. And I had to delete it. I was so mad. I said, this is the dumbest. This was one of the dumbest videos I ever did. But I felt real bad. I said, man, and I'm trying to do more long tier videos. So hopefully um someone's sending me something. I'm not gonna say nothing until I get it, but they're sending me something, and I wish I could get it before cruise time, but it's probably gonna be after. But I got um it's like a GoPro wannabe. That's the easiest one to control. I'm going to clear that, my GoPro, and my 4K camera. I'm gonna clear all that stuff. I'm gonna get all my stuff together, line it up, make sure everything's charged fully, so I can have enough to do videos and stuff like that. And I'm going to be able to, I'm gonna walk around with it, even if and put one on my head. Gotcha. But just sometimes I be wanting to take some time off, but I'm like, no, I gotta do my YouTube. It's a part of my life now. What do I do? What do I do? I got this big old notebook. I need to just start writing a list in like maybe some outlines and stuff like that. Um, to what to do next, or so forth and so on. I need to start doing something because boy, okay, where are we at? Exit 80. Okay, where are I need to get to exit 81. Where are we at? Oh boy. Okay, exit 61. So we're about 20 miles. 20 miles from the turn. Yeah, baby. Yeah, baby. About 20 miles from the turn. So that's next on the list. We'll figure it out. Ain't got no choice. Oh well. Alrighty. Oh boy. Yeah, it's been one of them days. You know what I mean? Oh shoot. Well, I'm gonna have to cut this short because I'm about to run out of power. Wait a minute. I'll stay on for another few minutes. Let's go. We go to 45, 6:45. And that's it. My battery is getting it. Hey, Warm Strong, how you doing? How you doing? Um, y'all check out Warm Strong. He be getting it. Warm Strong don't be playing when he doing his videos. He ain't got. I'll talk. He don't even say talk to you later. Deuces. But that's professional. I need to stop being like that. I need to get in there and get my videos. Um, I I got to figure out where I want what I want to do video wise on this ship. I haven't figured out if I want to do lives in the morning because it's an extra $100. I'm trying to watch my money right now. And plus it's my birthday. I'm tired of it. Look, it's my birthday. I shouldn't have to spend snickerdoodle. You know what I mean? But I don't know. I'm excited because I've never cruised out of the Tampa port. I've never cruised out of the Tampa port. My wife is from Tampa. She's from literally from that area. My brother lives in Tampa. I think he lives north of there. I think I think he lives north of there. Um, but that's the first. It's a new cruise port, and it's going to be a new adventure. And we're doing some crazy stuff. We're leaving midnight Friday night to get down there to cruise Saturday, but we'll be up at 4 a.m. on Friday morning to go pick up my core aerator. So we just gonna be all over the place. You know what I mean? We're just gonna be all over the place. But you know, hey, it is what it is. It's just part of the the living, and I'm happy that being a cruiser has helped me. And you know what? I'll be honest with you. I'll be seeing these carnival. Um, I'll be seeing these carnival commercials and all that, and it seems like when the 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 algorithm knows that I'm done with carnival, and I get more and more carnival in my that when we was in Costa Rica, that was the most relaxing time I've ever had. That was the most relaxing time I ever had. And those stories were true. I didn't lie. I just those stories are true. That was the most relaxing time I've ever had. And it's just so funny. It's just like when I didn't realize the I have a drone, that the drone, wherever it takes off from, when the battery's low, it takes off and goes back to that spot. I didn't realize that, so I'm walking real slow because I'm trying to learn how to do it, and it took off, and I thought someone hacked my drone and stole it from me. I'm chasing it down the road. It was so embarrassing. It was so embarrassing, and I laughed, and but I thank God for cruising fun anytime. I thank God for those stories because I would have never had it. God answers prayers. People, all and again, I ask, Lord, I just want to live, not want to live, breathe. I want to do something. So right now, I'm even tearing up that I'm going on another cruise. It was going to be inside room, but I don't care. I don't even sit outside anymore at night or not. No, I'm like, look, I had too much to drink. If I have too much to drink, I'll get an inside room. I'm good. We good. I'm good. Um, but I had an inside room on the horizon last July. I think it was July before last, and I slept like a baby. Them inside rooms get extra dark. You sleep like a baby, brother. And you know what? That is the best thing. But that's why, like these short hops, I loved Utopia of the Seas, but it's too short. That's why I'm happy we're going on the 7 day. I got to get, I got to clean my dress pants and my dress shirt. I'm not wearing a suit this time. I might have a dress shirt, maybe a tie, um, and that'll be for a formal night. But other than that, I'm gonna be shorts all the way. Um, I'm tired of overpacking. I overpack too much. I'm tired. I'm trying a new way. I've got like 5 short sets. I got my fruity shirts. I love my little fruity shirts. Normal buys me one every time. I got my, the island shirts. I'm gonna be wearing them, and I got shorts, and I gotta get. I always buy a new pack of underwear and a new pack of socks, and from there we're just gonna figure it out. We ain't got no choice. We got no choice. We got to figure it out. You know what I mean? But just thank God for another day, man. The older I get, I wish I would have started this a long time ago. But now, I mean, the next one after these next 2 cruises, because we're gonna be after Alaska and Australia. I want to cruise with um, what you call it, Virgin. I want to cruise with Virgin. That's my next choice. I want to cruise with Virgin. Then I don't know what we're gonna do after that. But after that, I'm open for suggestions. You know what I mean? I would like to do a land vacation to Jamaica, back to Jamaica, because of COVID, we missed that. So that's on the. I'm gonna ask the wife and see what she thinks. Well, that's next. All right. Okay, guys, I'm going ahead and cut this short. I am running out of phone power. I don't want it to die in the middle of this, and I look like a complete moron because I can do that on my own. I can do it on my own. I hear you. Right now it's about money. Alaska, I'm just gonna have a jacket on, and I'm gonna be on the top deck with my tripod and making videos and looking for whales and stuff. You know what I mean? Just looking for whales. But guys, we're gonna shut this down. Coming up next, Wellness for Frugal Mama. Get your workout on. Positive affirmation and fashion sense. After that, Eddie Lugo Studios at 7:15, and then at 9 o'clock, Cruising is Fun Anytime. Go live together with Eddie Lugo Studios at 9 o'clock, and at 9:15, Miss T with the T. You guys have a blessed day, and as always, if you don't think nobody loves you, know I love you, and God loves you. Deuces, and hey, thanks for listening in for all the mumbling and ranting and everything else. You are greatly well appreciated. Thank you for being part of my life. I thank you very much from the bottom of my heart.